Invictus, my kings, and welcome back to the Slavicus Maximus channel, and welcome to Napoleon Total War, the Great War Mod France campaign playthrough. Yes, today we are playing France in the Great War Mod for Napoleon Total War. And yeah, the basic premise of this mod is that it's Europe in World War One. That's it, you know, Total War, World War One. And we are playing as France, so our main opponent, and we are already at war with Germany and Austria, and I think also the Ottomans. Yes, indeed, also the Ottomans. So let's get some opening moves going. It seems like there are a bunch of armies, a bunch of German armies here stationed, whilst our armies are in more of a defensive line. No reason for this army to stay there. Let's move it back. And let's also start. Actually, I want to check our other provinces. We have a bunch of territorial infantry. All of them can start being transferred towards Paris and towards the front lines. I noticed that if you open the history books, you'll notice that there isn't much action on the Spanish front in World War One, so no reason why we should keep the armies there. And we also have a bunch of training grounds all over the place, which are not going to be necessary. We want town councils because they increase, let's see, they increase tax income, repression, and they are more income focused than the recruitment buildings that we have all over the place. We don't really need them. What we want is a little bit of an economy going at least. Our main recruitment centers are going to be Reims and Paris, so the frontline cities. I think it's self-explanatory. Let's start by recruiting a bunch of infantry. We do have a little bit of an army here, not much to speak about though. A little bit in Picardy, Champagne, some cavalry. Not sure how useful those are going to be. Haven't really played with this mod with the new update. I've only really played this mod like ages ago. It must be years since I've played this mod. So it's not entirely sure what to expect here, but I will power through. And there goes all of our money. Let's see, we have a little bit of a fleet. I'm kind of worried about the Ottomans starting something, so let's send them this is the Italians. The Italians are going to be allies pretty soon here, but let's also start a little bit of a trading to boost our income. Trade agreements, and with everyone we can essentially start trading. I like the new icon for threaten. Very cool, a machine gun. So yeah, they really did a lot of good work with this mod, but we'll see what it's all about. We'll see how well we fare. They asked for some money, but it doesn't really matter. We'll make it back in no time. So all trade agreements completed. Let's see, there we go, much better. So our initial armies, I think, are in a relatively good position. No reason why we should move them. Apart from this one, I really don't want it getting caught over here. If history books taught me something, it's that the Germans will attack through Belgium. So they're most likely gonna go for Brussels first, if there's at least some sort of scripting. If not, we'll see. But yeah, let's just wait. Oh, there we go, some cool entrenchment models. So our guys are now fully entrenched. Very cool. We also have an airplane over here. I suspect it's sort of like a spy. So let's take a look in the northern provinces, whether the Germans are on the move. Ah, there we go, there's the German army. Path blocked, yeah, I would think so. Let's see, full stack, lots of Germans, not the best for our health. A lot of these Germans we can, oh, I completely forgot about researching. Let's see, I haven't played Napoleon Total War in a while, and this is all new stuff. It enables us small barracks. But I think bonus tax income is going to be better for the initial, or maybe not. Maybe I'm not entirely sure. Maybe the railway. Let's just go with the bonus tax income. July crisis, very cool. Lots of stuff here. Let's see, ministers. Oh, this guy sucks. Let's get rid of him. This guy sucks as well. Oh well. Can't get rid of him. Can't the opposition can't really move these guys. Can't move Clemenceau and to be the Minister of Justice because they're the opposition. Very sad. But now we have a little bit more money. We're still recruiting, so no need to go all hog out like that. Let's see. This would enable us to get infantry. Doctrine Trench Warfare 2. Where is that? Mobile. Oh, that's over here. So after researching radio equipment, we should research some of that military stuff. But let's start by building towns. And by why did these guys lose their movement? Whatchamacallit? Load? Why did these guys stop moving is what I'm trying to say. Let's build a bunch of... That's actually kind of close to the front line, so the Germans might nap it. What do we have here? Navy, transport ship. Ooh, let's just join it up. Why not? No reason not to. Here we go. Some farming. Stables. It's gonna make the people unhappy, but the people in general actually should be happy at +6. So building stables, the proletariat will be unhappy. That's completely fine by me. We can build a town over here, upgrade to a farming collective over here, and we could get a farmer stall over here. Actually, the artillery foundry +200, whereas this is +150. +1 per turn to town wealth from commerce, though. Not really gonna be building much artillery here down in the south, so let's build that instead. And there aren't really that many nations over here in in Napoleon Total War there aren't that many nations in general, but in the Great War mod there about the same number, I guess. All the German miners have been removed, so recruitment researcher, very cool, so we can immediately put him to work. Traits gained, competent. Oh, so he gained a little bit of a rank, so we can now try and get a better navy guy. But yeah, so our recruitment is going. There we go. The German army very much coming closer to Brussels. I think what we'll do is wait for Strasbourg looking kind of juicy, though. Strasbourg looking kind of juicy. Let's see if there are any German armies around here. Oh, yes, they are. Yes, there are German armies. Could we game the system a little bit and block their path over here, like so? We could try. But I think what we'll do is we'll grab the army from Paris as well. Let's continue recruiting. Three batteries should be enough per army. Let's continue recruiting. And then after Brussels falls, we'll go for a swift counterattack. We'll let the Germans sort of tire themselves out by fighting against the Germans. Jean Jaurès assassinated. Okay. Fight against the Belgians and maybe even face a rebellion, and then after they do that, we'll counter strike and liberate Brussels. Not really interested in capturing Brussels for ourselves because the unhappiness is going to be a little bit too much, so we won't really focus on capturing Belgian territory. The ultimate objective of this campaign, I think, is just going to be to capture capture Germany. Basically, we're gonna capture all of Germany. Let's see how successful we are. And there aren't that many turns in Napoleon Total War to begin with, and in this mod there aren't that many turns per se. Oh, so the Germans are now sieging Brussels. Can't really see what kind of army the invasion of Togoland. Very cool. I like that there are these like historical events all the time. It makes the game immersive. Very immersive. So our ultimate objective in this campaign is going to be the capture of Germany. Let's see how well that goes. Let's see how long it takes. In general, I think 1 year per part is going to be kind of what I'm aiming for in this playthrough, this YouTube video. Was that proletariat? Yeah, proletariat. The proletariat can get mad. That's completely fine. It's no skin off my back because they like us quite a bit. So let's start building up the city councils. Then they should give us a little bit more tax. Then afterwards we'll also build some railways because they Sacred Union, very cool, because they make the whatchamacallit, they make the movement a little bit swifter across France, and that's what we want. We want to move our armies a little bit quicker. Now Italy should come in next year. It's August now. Well, we got a lot of time left. No reason why we should be in a hurry. The Germans aren't really making big moves against us, and we have our defensive line. Let's not forget that they're also at war with the Russians and the British. There we go. We got some research done. Yep, that railway can be researching, but we want conscription to upgrade our military buildings. That's what we're going after. Should have a full stack over here ready to roll. So let's reinforce the north. These guys can go into Paris. Okay, these guys can all assemble at Paris. We have another full stack over here. So after Brussels falls, we'll have, let's see, well, why is the Belgian army over here? Why can't they stay in Belgium to do a little bit more damage to the Germans? Now that would have been more useful. Since we aren't really planning any moves against Strasbourg at the moment, let's bring the airplane back up north to see what the Germans are up to. They're bringing another army. This is going to be brutal. So we have 1, 2, this is not a full stack though. It's not a full stack, but we could make it a full stack. And one, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam, there we go. So now it is a full stack, and these 3 full stack armies will merge over here. This army can go back into Reims and can commence some more recruiting. Definitely gonna be doing a lot of recruiting. Shissa's up, yeah, don't really need that. So these those 3 full stacks can go and liberate Belgium right after the Germans inevitably take it. Our defenses around Strasbourg a little bit weaker, and now that I've sort of reconsolidated the armies a tiny bit. But path block Brussels has fallen. There we go. That's her cue. So they've taken some damage. These Germans have not a lot of damage, but they've taken some damage. Let's move all of our forces up north against the Germans, and let's a little bit of a counter strike. Demand surrender. They surrendered. So let's liberate Belgium. Bam, Belgium liberated. For some reason we got an American division over here. Doesn't matter, we'll send it back. It's gonna be it's gonna reinforce our well, it's gonna reinforce our little effort here to build up another army. But while we are recruiting, let's just upgrade these city councils to get some better income going. All of these should be upgraded fairly soon, so we might want to... Oh, okay, we are out of money, so it doesn't matter anyway. Obviously, all of this recruiting and all that is going to put a little bit of a damper on our finances initially, but, you know, what can you do? So... why, if it's an airplane, why can't it just fly over? Obviously, it's just a remodeled spy. So there are 2 German armies over here. They can't pass through the forests, and they can only pass over bridges. We do have an army here, another army building over here, so they won't be able to easily pass here. We might want to send these... Why is this guy still fighting? He's fighting... Oh no, he's hiding. That's what he's doing. Okay, no fighting, just hiding. Might want to send these armies to this bridge and wait to see what happens. But Belgium has been liberated. Enemy settlement surrenders. We could have had a cool battle, but I wanted to try out the surrender. Usually the AI doesn't agree to anything like that, so it's a little bit of a surprise for me as well that the AI would agree to something like that. But I guess the AI is a little different in this mod. I know that they've worked for quite a number of years on this mod. It's now version 6.0, I think it is. I think it's 6.0. So Brussels has fallen? Really? No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. It's our protectorate. We gained a protectorate. How cool is that? How cool is that? So these 3 full stack armies can start merging over on this bridge. I mean, ultimately, we are fighting a defensive war over here. The Germans are the aggressors, but want to go on a little bit of the attack. The British are doing absolutely nothing. Would have been cool if they started out with at least an army over here, but I guess not. Guess that's not in the cards for us. So yeah, the armies over here finally are merging. Ooh, we can't because we have the maximum number of generals. Very sad. But what we can do is just grab these soldiers and start reinforcing these other armies. Send them to the front lines so that we have a little bit of a more increased presence over here. I think that's going to do us good. Start building these town markets and everything. Let's start building these single track railways as well. And yeah, the economic development going cool. We see the Germans standing there menacingly. Maybe we bugged their AI with our little counterattack. Now that would have been interesting if that happened. But it seems like the Germans content to just stand there. They haven't really done. Oh, there we go. They moved. So now they are. Okay, what do we? Another airplane. Ooh. Let's send him to Strasbourg right away so we know if there are any Germans coming down the southern way. Might want to think about striking in the south as well. Actually, we don't need one of these guys. Let's disband and let's send the 3 armies of the 3 units. They're only, what am I, like conscript reservists, territorial infantry, so they're probably not the best, but they're gonna be good enough for our for what we are doing over here. This army has plenty of artillery, so no need for more. Let's just keep sending guys to the front line. We can now upgrade to small barracks. The small barracks, that's gonna be useful. They already have a single track over here, so let's upgrade all of our. Already have a single truck in Marseille. Okay, so we have a bit of a contingent of forces going up north. I don't think we need to worry about this front around Strasbourg too much. So I'd much rather just press our advantage over here in the north while we can, to maybe go for the Rhineland and to actually push into Germany proper. That would be very cool. Let's see, maybe they'll go for a counterattack against our counterattack and it's gonna end up being a giant mess. Who knows? We have enough armies to withstand that, I think. We have 3 armies, they have 2 armies. Their armies might be a little bit better, I'm not even gonna lie. It seems like they're a little bit more experienced. Oh, we actually have some experience, never mind. So let's stand near this bridge. No, let's not stand near the bridge, so let's assemble all our armies over here, just outside of the range of the Germans. So this blocks their path. They obviously can't cross, so we are a little bit of a standstill. This is the front line. Right now the Rhine River is the front line. We are the watch on the Rhine. Wrong country, I know, but what else? Whatever. Wrong country, but we are literally standing watch on the Rhine, so it's all good. Okay, there we go. Need 3 more units. Are there 3 more units here? Yes, there are. So we have another army building over here. And actually, we might not need these territorial infantry per se. We could just recruit some normal infantry. But I want to reinvest the money into the economy a little bit, because don't want to run out completely out of money just because we're waging a little bit of a war over here. Don't want to run out of money completely, so let's start reinvesting it into the economy. Actually has a single track. Commercial port. Yeah, commercial port's gonna be good. And this airplane is supposed to go towards Strasbourg. Let's see if the Germans have anything going over there. They do, actually. They still have this one army. They haven't moved it. Bavarian Chevalier, I guess that's how you pronounce it. They do have some infantry, and some might actually want to press the attack on Strasbourg as well. But first, let's see how the situation around Cleve resolves itself. Might want to be kind of careful over here. Don't want to push my luck too much. I haven't played a battle in this mod yet. I'll be honest. I haven't really played this mod in depth. But what we might do is put Cleve under siege. Our army should be relatively well composed, so there's no issue with how they brought up another army. See, this is a kind of an issue. Another army. It's not a full stack. A little more than a half stack. This isn't a full stack either, whereas we have 3 full stack armies. Ooh, this is going to be... Let's put down a cheeky save over here. Okay, and let's go. So this army should besiege. Oh, we actually already have these guys reinforcing, but let's bring them up anyway, just so the armies kind of visually together. And they have their armies. Oh, it's actually, yeah, Crown Prince Wilhelm. And let's just quick save, and let's see on the battlefield. Alright, here we are on the battlefield. General Old. Well, that's not... Why would you call him old like that? That's very sad. Okay, let's just keep him way the heck back. Put up the artillery. Can the artillery... Let's mass it all together. Let's unlimber. Can we reach with the artillery? Yes, we can just about reach the enemy lines. Very cool. Let's check out these guys. How do they look? The reservists. Well, they look pretty spiffing, I'm not gonna lie. I love the early French uniforms. Obviously not very practical, but the infantry, the baseline infantry division or infantry unit also looks very cool. So let's spread out our line like so. And start the battle, and let's immediately march forward since we are on the attacking side. Hold button, very cool. Turn off audio device. There we go. Let's check how our artillery is doing. Are they firing yet? They should be. Oh yeah, there we go. Absolutely beautiful. So let's see the damage. Let's see what we're doing. Oh, there we go. Absolutely massive damage. Not really. Done some damage to the enemy siege guns. The siege guns looking cool as well. Probably for the siege of... but they're targeting our infantry. Okay. I see how it is. So we should probably target their infantry as well, to be honest. A bunch of cavalry over here. Some hussars, some dragoons. So let's start hitting these... this flank of theirs. Let's see how well we do. Oh yeah, not very good at all. We only did some minuscule amounts of damage, but you know, it's the early days of the war. We can afford to not be the best when it comes to our targeting. We can afford it. It's completely fine. We'll get better. We'll get better with time. As is the case always. Maybe these are the guys that were replenishing after the... But no, it's a fresh unit. Yeah, it's a fresh unit, obviously. Gotta love the shrapnel effects. Very cool. So we are now exchanging artillery fire. So it should be relatively simple. Let's just wait until the lines get a little bit closer. And here we go. Our infantry should be in range of the enemy infantry. We have some regular infantry over here, so this should be a cool sight to behold. Absolutely tearing through them. Yeah, their flank is absolutely immediately gone. They haven't really even started firing back, so that's very cool. Yeah, this unit is completely gone. Very nice. And we can start our outflanking maneuver over here. We'll probably flank the entire city from this side, if I'd have to guess, just to get a nice and proper... Actually, our artillery can start targeting... should we start targeting? No, let's start targeting their artillery, actually. Yeah. And no reason why we should continue. Actually, we managed to destroy those units even before our outflanking maneuver here did anything. So quite a contrast from going from Napoleonic warfare to early 20th century combat. Quite a contrast. Obviously, these guys still blind, still can't aim. Nothing has changed on that front. But managing to do some real damage to these guys. We managed to rout 2 units without really suffering any sort of casualties. Now let's activate this flank. Let's not just get damaged by the artillery endlessly. Let's go up again on this tiny little hill, and the center can march towards the enemy as well. Let's run forward just so we get there a little bit quicker. Okay, we aren't really hitting them is the issue, so, and the enemy artillery still being as annoying as ever. Okay, now we are starting to hit them. They just had to come into range a tiny bit closer. Actually, let's activate shrapnel shells. Recharge. Oh, we have shrapnel shells activated. Okay. What do they have then? What do they have? Why? Light howitzers, siege guns, field artillery. What do we have? Field guns. So maybe our field guns only produce that sort of shrapnel effect, whereas theirs produce a more explodey effect. Okay, our units over here are getting torn apart. So let's do we get some nice, cool, epic bayonet action over here in the center? That would be nice. Here we go. They're charging in, or at least kind of looking like they're charging in. But they stopped, and now they're firing. So this is some close range action, very close range action indeed. Melting this unit, that should be completely fine. Over here on this flank, managing to do some real damage to these guys. Let's not forget that there are multiple armies engaged in this battle. So even if we destroy one of these armies, it's not like the combat will just end. We still have to munch through quite a few of them. Let's send these guys over on the flank like so. These guys can advance a little bit forward. The enemy cavalry has now activated. Obviously, there's no square. There's no square formation in this mod, so we'll just have to rough it out the old school way. These units can actually start coming around this way. No reason why they should continue being engaged in this combat like so. Okay, everything going relatively swell. The Germans over here are getting kind of hammered from all sides, so that's nice. Over here, the enemy cavalry has activated itself. These guys are getting absolutely hammered by the artillery shells. And their hussars actually have guns, so they're doing some serious damage to us. Yeah, some serious damage, but I think if they actually try to charge up close, we'll definitely get them. There we go. The enemy... Is that the enemy? Yeah, that's the enemy reinforcing army. Let's actually redeploy and meet them head on. Let's meet them head on. These units should be completely gone. Let's just make double sure of that. This flank completely collapsed under the pressure, under our pressure. The enemy cavalry, can't really see it anywhere, so it's probably gone as well. And here comes another bunch of reinforcements from the enemy army. So yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to keep an eye on all of these reinforcements that the Germans have coming in. Obviously, we don't need any reinforcements yet. All of our units are still intact. None of them have routed yet. But I think this army is going to... yeah, this army is definitely going to get destroyed at least. We actually could take... could get rid of the enemy, one of the enemy generals over here. That would be kind of cool. Here we go. We killed the enemy general. Karl von Bülow, dead. Gone. Okay, very cool, very cool. Enemy artillery still heading us. I definitely want to outflank the enemy artillery like this, if I have the option to do so. Slowly advancing forward. Slowly advancing forward. Here we see some lancers. Now the lancers, do they have guns? They shouldn't have guns if they're lancers. Come on, man. No, they definitely don't have guns. So they are attacking. Yeah, let's go into melee. Not entirely sure how well our guys are going to do in melee. Whether the cavalry is just going to munch through them completely. It's going to be an interesting set. We see another general unit. Let's actually try and surround these lancers. So our infantry got some serious damage done to itself, but we are now... gunfire completely melts cavalry. So we really shouldn't have any trouble. What's this? Home guard. All of them got wiped out. Very, very, very sad to see. Another enemy general that we actually killed, Crown Prince Wilhelm. Wow, okay. That's a new one in the history books. Okay, we managed to completely wipe out this unit. So let's send these 3 guys over there. And let's outflank the enemy again over here. The enemy, yep, they definitely are bringing in reinforcements. So let's set up like this just to encircle them. There we have some dragoons. Dragoons definitely have... dragoons will definitely have guns, so let's start hitting back at them. And our guys have winded some nice shrapnel shots against them, and the rest, the infantry should be able to do the rest. Another general unit. These guys have to run towards the enemy reinforcing point so they don't do too much damage. And these fellas can stand like so. The dragoons should be completely gone. This reinforcing point, yeah, they're slowly coming in. We should be able to just overwhelm them very easy. Another general, Klug, is dead. This battle turning out to be complete massacre for the German generalship. Complete massacre. They definitely overplayed their hand a little bit with this one. Let's start singing and sending in these guys. And the best of all is that this army doesn't even have any chevrons. It's the freshly recruited one. It's just the chevrons that it has, it gained in this battle alone. So it's not as if we are losing like elite troops or anything. Whereas this artillery piece actually has some real experience, so it would be cool to get rid of it. Unfortunately, because it's Napoleon Total War, for some reason the bullets just fly through them. It's magic. The bullets just fly through them. It's magical. You've never seen anything like this happen. I suppose, even though it's a mod, still Napoleon Total War, based off of the Empire. But there we go. They're now starting to drop like flies. Very cool to see. Here again, another artillery piece getting dismantled by us. This is exactly what we want to see. Over on this flank, the reinforcements have arrived for the Germans, but we are set up in a relatively good position where we have immediate eyesight on them. These guys ran actually out of ammunition completely, so let's bring them back. No reason why we should lose them immediately. We might even want to retreat with them just so one of our reinforcing armies comes forward. We might actually, ammunition is going to be a real issue this battle. If you take a look at the ammunition of our units, is starting to run mighty low. But we've done so much damage. We are doing so much damage to the enemy. This flank is completely covered. No reason to worry. Let's just encircle them even more. Completely fine. And yeah, this should be an absolute slaughterhouse over here on this side. Let's actually tell the artillery, our own artillery, actually we can't reach, very sad. So let's limber up and let's march forward so that we can cover the flank, because these center guys are actually not seeing any action. So let's bring them over here like so. This flank is going to be the big issue. These guys again ran out of ammunition. So let's send them in for a melee charge against the field guns. This side completely fine. Well, we completely encircled this spawn point of the enemy, so there should be absolutely no issue. These guys, this infantry division lost so many of its men, but they're still green morale. They're still plucking on forward. Very cool of them. But yeah, these guys can now begin to fully encircle this one unit over here. The left flank still holding strong. Whoa, what a battle, what an opening battle of this of the Great War. Truly something to be amazed at. The reinforcements coming in very slowly. I believe this left flank is going to actually break through. Like the Germans are probably going to break through this flank. We only have some very minor divisions left over here. So let's actually start bringing up the artillery. Let's say over to here. And when they arrive, then they arrive. And these guys... yeah, these guys are all out of ammunition, so let's make them walk back. For some reason our units got murked by the field gun. How is that even possible? Let's just go for a full-scale charge then. These guys have completely ran out of ammunition. These guys have ran out of ammunition. These guys have ran out of ammunition. We're mostly running a melee army over here at this point. Might want to actually start sacrificing some of these fellas. Yeah, let's withdraw with this unit. Who else ran out of ammunition? Oh, these guys can withdraw. Over in this flank, we're still looking kind of strong. No reason to worry. Why would the siege gun... what was that? What was that? These guys, these Germans going kind of crazy over here. These guys have ran out of ammunition, so we can send them over here and withdraw with them. These fellas also ran out of ammunition. Let's just send them in for a fine melee charge. Why not? It's gonna be cool to see some bayonet and bayonet action. Let's see the animations. Maybe the modders have added some new animations into the mix. Let's go for a good old melee blob charge. These guys still running away. We go some melee action on this front as well. So let's bring up the reinforcements. And here we go. Here are our reinforcing armies. For some reason we need a general. Yeah, another general. That's gonna be real helpful, guys. Come on, let's get me some infantry pronto. Okay, and these guys can start moving. Broke, as I said, the left flank definitely gonna break. We have inflicted some serious damage on the enemy, but the left flank broke at the end of it. Here these fellas can go for a charge. What is this? These guys. So melee is blocked. Why? Do they not have bayonets? They definitely have bayonets. Are they just not able? Oh, there we go. We can now charge. I didn't know why melee was blocked. Okay, on this flank, the Germans are starting to break through. We definitely need to start getting in more reinforcements over here. The Germans are breaking out of containment. It was foolish of me to think that one army would be able to hold back 3 armies, even though we've done some serious damage to the enemy, obviously, and we will continue doing some serious damage to the enemy. We obviously aren't going to be able to hold them back completely with just one army. These guys still marching forward slowly but surely. So let's use the soldiers that are still fighting as something of here we go. We got some cavalry. No, another general. Thanks, game. Definitely need another general. That's definitely gonna do a whole lot of good. But now we have some cavalry over here. It's actually on limber right now. Okay, here our units are starting to break and the German lines are starting to reform, so this is going to be a bit of an issue. So let's sacrifice the units. Okay, we can't. Okay, these guys just ran away. Okay, so let's retreat slightly. Let's slightly retreat. Some cavalry going over here. Until our lines retreat completely, we won't be able to make much use of the new units that are coming in, because they're coming in very slowly. We see some units left. Let's go for a mad dash infantry attack, bayonet charge, just to get them out of the way. Our artillery definitely putting in some good work against these fellas. These guys also ran out of ammunition. They have some foot guards. Oh, they have some elite infantry, guard infantry. Let's see how they look. They look quite nice. Quite nice indeed. But will they be able to stand up against reserve infantry? Let's see how this fight goes. Let's see how this fight goes. Oh, they're retreating. They don't want any of our reserve territorial guard infantry. Man, this infantry, the 58th infantry, getting absolutely plastered. There's 22 of them left out of like 400. Another cavalry unit. Really not sure how I'm meant to win a war with just cavalry here in World War I, but we could give it a try, sure. So we have some cuirassiers. The cuirassiers are able to shoot. So let's just send them forward and let's initiate in some sort of a skirmish over here. Let's see how the territorials lost against the guards. Very surprising. I really wouldn't have guessed that something like that would have ever happened. Oh, what a battle! What a battle, though. Yeah. I think I'll just wait until. Actually, I want to see these. Let's start hitting these guys, but I want to see these cursors in action. Come on, why did you just start walking like that? Come on, man, don't be stupid. Let's see, they look mighty fine. Obviously not very changed from the baseline Napoleon Total War look. Very similar look. The historically the French cavalry look just Napoleonic. The cursors looked just about the same. And we can engage in some hit and run tactics. Obviously cavalry isn't the strongest thing in this game, so might want to just completely sacrifice them just to pull off some damage a little bit here and there. Let's go in for a charge. These guys again getting absolutely hammered. 15 of these guys left. 15. These guys are getting absolutely hammered. These fellas, where's our reinforcements, man? Where are our reinforcements? We got a bunch of generals, like that's gonna do us a whole lot of good. Okay, cavalry, more cavalry. Oh, might want to go for a massive cavalry attack. Actually, we have so much cavalry. It's a plan, that's for sure. It is a plan, so let's see how well it goes. Alright, here we have a massive cavalry force. So let's just point them at the Germans and say, go charge. Let's see how well they do. I turned off, obviously, the hussars have fire at will, but if we let it stay on, they would just shoot each other. So let's see, the charge of the French. Quite a lot of horses, quite a lot of cavalry. So let's see how well they do. The Lancers leading the attack through artillery fire. Absolutely epic. Let's see how far they get. Shrapnel, explosive shot, everything just flying at them. Let's see how well they do. Oh, definitely starting to take some serious casualties over here. About half the Lancers are gone. Half of them lost in the charge. Absolutely brutal. Let's see how well they manage to do. Let's just completely smash into these fellas there. There we go. Absolutely crushing them. Our cavalry superiority should be absolutely overwhelming. They only have a bunch of artillery over here, so still bringing up reinforcements very slowly. No reason why we should worry. We have a bunch more artillery here at our disposal, so let's set them up next to the artillery that we already have going. Okay, well, we managed to rout them, I think. Most of them we will defeat them. But why are these artillery so persistent? Why are they so... This should be just a complete wipeout right away. Like in vanilla Napoleon, this would have been a wipeout already. There we go, managed to wipe them out. So let's go back. Again, another artillery piece, man. I really need to start focusing more on infantry than on artillery. But it's World War I. What do you expect me to do? I just, you just expect that that artillery is going to be king, don't you? But yeah, so let's start targeting those guys. Okay, the cavalry is actually doing a pretty good job just munching through the German lines. So let's just keep going. Let's just keep the momentum going. Maybe the cavalry will win us the day in the end, eh? But I think all of the Germans have now come onto the battlefield. Their charge of the French still continuing on. Cavalry isn't going to be something which I'm going to be focusing on too much this campaign. So if we get some use of them, some use out of them right now, then that's just going to be good. Completely charged through these lines. Wow, sent the Germans flying, just flying. Another unit destroyed. Another unit destroyed. Might actually want to limber up the artillery so they don't fire against our units as well. Charge of the French continuing on, giving time for the rest of our army to get into position. See the rest of the army slowly but surely waltzing in, set up a nice front line. We should be able to win this battle no matter what. We still have yet another army's worth of reinforcements, remember. So we have a lot of artillery here. These cavalry, if they get murked, they get murked. What can you do? It seems like the charge of the oh, there we go. We managed to rout another infantry. Let's keep the charge going. Let's run through all the Germans. Let's send them all packing back to Germany, even though we are technically now in Germany. So yeah, well, it looks like the World War I in this universe is not going to be fought on French land, but on German land. Now that's quite a twist. The aggressor has turned out to be weak. We will win. We will win this war no matter what. These guys can start running. The charge of the French, well, managed to do some serious damage, but I think the charge has stalled a little bit. Probably won't be able to. Oh, there we go. We managed to actually break through, so let's go for it. Let's continue the charge. Still have some artillery over here. Probably won't be posing that much of an issue. So yeah, let's continue. Even if all of our cavalry gets wiped out, we'll see this battle to the end. With a successful attack into the German lands. We'll be munching on sausages in Berlin in no time. That's what it's all about. Oh, one of our cavalry units started routing. Very sad, very sad. But we managed to rout. No, we didn't actually manage to rout the Germans just yet, because of the infantry that's now firing against our cavalry. The charge of the French has officially ended. Almost all of our cavalry got wiped out here at the end. You can see just a trail of horses. Just a trail of horses getting absolutely plastered. But hey, it was a cool moment, wasn't it? And here we go, it's now back to the infantry fight. Our guys over here, we outnumbered the Germans quite a bit, so we should be able to just completely smash them over here. Yeah, and all of the Germans left. We won. Very easy. It is a victory. And what a victory it was. Okay, it's a victory. We lost 7,095 units, but we killed 11,500. What a brutal massacre this battle was. But the Rhineland is ours. Military occupation, absolutely based. The Germans have been sent packing. What a battle, what a showing for the first battle we have. And one of our armies didn't even get to fight. This army over here, actually the Hussars got hammered, never mind, so they did get to fight. But pretty devastating victory, I'd say. So anyway, thanks Kings for watching, hopefully enjoyed, and I will see you next time.